Why choose between cake and cobbler when you can have them both together in one yummy dessert? Christine Schaub, host of the YouTube show Come On Over. She's come on over in our kitchen today with a family recipe for cherry juice pudding cake. Good to have you with us today.
You.
I love cake, I love cobbler, but never really thought of them together.
Right? What a great combo.
So this is a family recipe.
It is. My grandmother and my mother developed this recipe because we had a cherry tree. And doesn't everyone have a cherry tree?
Yeah, maybe.
So we had to find a way to get rid of those cherries.
Uh-huh.
And so they came up with a dessert, and it's yummy.
All right, so get us started on this.
Okay, I'm going to let you do some stirring.
Okay.
We're going to start with a cup of flour, and then I already put in the salt in there because it's just a little bit of salt, like a quarter teaspoon. And then we're going to add the most important ingredient, sugar.
Sugar.
You got to have sugar, right?
All righty.
Now,
with the flour, regular, self-rising?
it is the all-purpose flour.
All-purpose, okay.
It's a very simple recipe. Now, because it's all-purpose, we're going to want to put some baking powder in there. And it is baking powder, not soda.
Alrighty.
You stir that up. And that's really all the whisking we need to do at this time. And now it's time for this bad boy.
Okay, alrighty.
Okay, we are going to add the liquid ingredients. So what we have here is we have some milk that you're going to add. It's a half a cup of milk.
So just go ahead and put it in?
Just dump it right in.
Alrighty.
And we're going to add some vanilla, and you need about a half a teaspoon of vanilla. So let me give you this little guy, and you do that because you know baking needs vanilla.
And we want the good stuff. We want the real stuff, not the imitation, right?
Yes, you want. Well, always. If you can get the best, you can do it.
Okay.
Now we're going to use your spatula and get this out of here so we can get that stirred in.
Okay. Now what is this?
That, my friend, is Crisco. And you know, any old recipe is going to have something like Crisco or lard or something really great. We're not going to skimp on that, and we're going to stir that up, and then when you're done stirring, we're going to put it in this baking dish. It's an 8x8 or 9x9. I've already pre-sprayed it for you, and that's the dough part that goes in the bottom.
Okay.
So just throw it in there. It doesn't even have to be any special way.
Okay.
And you know, I might want to add that when you're going to have something like cobbler, you're going to want something like coffee with it.
Yeah.
And I only do French press at my house. Now just flatten it out, you know, just give it a nice pat down there.
All right.
And then that part is the part that bubbles up around the cherries. So you can guess that the next thing we want are 2 cups of cherries.
Okay.
And you're really just going to dump them in there.
Just dump them in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just kind of, you know, you can use your whisk if you want to and spread them around a little bit because that's all they need. It doesn't have to be fancy or special in any way.
All right, so this looks good. However, I'm not a cherry person. Can I use like blueberries? I love blackberries.
I know. Well, the problem is this is a cherry juice pudding cake. So you need the juice that the cherries have developed as they've been canning.
Okay.
So you really need it to be cherries. I asked my mom and she was like, well, can you find blackberry juice or blueberry juice? It was tricky. So we've only used the cherries.
Okay, all right.
Now you're going to sprinkle more sugar.
All right, just sprinkle all this on top?
Yes. It can be just dumped on there. It really
Got about
doesn't
30
matter.
seconds left, so walk me through the rest of this process here.
I'll do it for you.
Okay.
I'm just going to pour this hot cherry juice over the top. And what it will do, and I can show you right here on our dish, is it creates a juicy part at the bottom.
You gotta love that. So how long are we gonna bake this?
You're gonna bake it for 45 minutes on 375, and it's gonna come out bubbling and beautiful and liquidy and doughy.
Cobbler part's always the great part.
So great.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
You'll find this recipe on our website at newschannel5.com along with a link and information to Christine's YouTube show. Thank you so very much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.